The short film I'm proposing is called Goodbye. It tells the story of a cursed soul worker who fears she may one day bring death to the person she loves most. At its heart, this is a story about love, death, and farewell. The theme of this film is a curse that turns out to be a blessing. When an individual's allotted lifespan comes to an end, a yin chai, an officer of the underworld, is dispatched to retrieve their soul. However, under certain conditions, the yin chai cannot carry out this task alone. They will sometimes enlist the aid of a living person, whose soul can be temporarily summoned out of their body. These agents are known as Shen Wuchang. The Shen Wuchang operates in soul form, while their physical body remains unconscious in the mortal realm. Their task is to approach the dying and call their soul. The call is only perceivable by the dying individual. Once the soul responds and separates from the body, biological death occurs. The Shen Wuchang then escort the soul to the underworld for judgment. Wei Zhao lives a quiet life with her aging grandmother, the only family she has. Their days are simple but full of warmth, but her grandmother's health is fragile, with frequent relapses that keep them in and out of hospitals. As Wei Zhao cares for her, she also struggles with sudden episodes of unconsciousness. To outsiders, they look like fainting spells, but in truth, each episode is a summon, pulling her into a hidden role as a living Wuchang. Wei Zhao's grandmother is hospitalized again as her condition worsens. Meanwhile, Wei Zhao is constantly summoned. This time, she enters a hospital room, where two parents are clutching their dying child, sobbing in anguish. And she, helplessly, must take the little girl's soul away. When Wei Zhao returns to her body, she completely breaks down. Tears stream down her face. She can barely breathe. As her grandmother's condition declines, the doctor issues a grim warning. It could happen at any moment. That same night, Wei Zhao is summoned again. She is sent to escort an elderly woman, gentle, kind, whose voice and eyes uncannily remind her of her grandmother. Wei Zhao walks beside her, silently crying. And in that quiet grief, she realizes something far more terrifying than death itself. When the times come, she might be the one sent to take her grandmother away. One night, her grandmother falls into coma. The monitor flatlines. Doctors rush in, but Wei Zhao stands motionless outside the room. Then she feels a familiar presence brush past her. On instinct, she calls out her grandmother's name. And in that moment, her soul is pulled from her body. Wei Zhao finds herself in the underworld, and she sees her grandmother walking quietly behind the yin chai. She runs to catch up. The yin chai says nothing, only continues forward. Wei Zhao walks beside her grandmother all the way to the end. Before parting, her grandmother gently strokes Wei Zhao's head, just as she always did, and slips a small folded note into her hand. Wei Zhao wakes up, and she can still feel the warmth of her grandmother's hand on her skin. She's holding the folded note tightly in her palm. No words are spoken, but it is a goodbye. Wei Zhao is 20 years old. She is forbidden to speak of the underworld, carrying a weight no one else can see. She believes she is a curse, that sorrow and death follow wherever she goes. The grandmother is small in stature, but radiates quiet strength. Though burdened by illness, she continues to face life with passion and resilience. More than anything, she hopes that after she's gone, Wei Zhao will find the freedom to live a life that truly belongs to her. Yin Chai is a soul that has lived for a very long time. As a herald of death, she rarely speaks. She doesn't need to. No one knows where she came from, but it is said she has never missed a soul she was sent to retrieve. Very young and gravely ill, she passes away quietly in her parents' arms, too young to understand what death truly means. To her, it simply feels like being taken somewhere far away. Wei Zhao holds her hand and walks her to the end of the underworld. Gentle and kind, she shows no fear of death. She tells Wei Zhao softly, when the time comes, having someone work with you is already a blessing. The film opens with the desaturated tones and wide static compositions. Warm accents gradually appear. To reflect Wei Zhao's emotional isolation, she is frequently positioned small within the frame and surrounded by negative space. The path between life and death is thin, but not frightening. There are soft, scattered light sources. The underworld distorts time. Moments stretch and blur. Colors fade and stripped of detail. The moment the soul leaves body is marked by a faint sound, like a breeze passing through the skin, or someone exhaling gently beside your ear.